Today we are going to talk about Getaround's new announcement of new profit share splits. This has been a long time coming and it's very much needed for them. Before I get into that, click below, grab the 5 things you must do before starting a car share business. That also comes with the car share growth guide, which gives you a city by city breakdown of which car share platform is strongest in your area. Lots of great information in there. Also, give this channel a like and a subscribe. I always appreciate that. So we've got some interesting news coming out of Getaround. I have been saying this for a long time. They need to get more competitive on the profit share splits front. Obviously, as we know, they've had a 60-40 split as long as they've been around. The other gets 60, they get 40. They also have a $0 deductible. However, I think that it has been a very important step forward to offer more profit splits, because I think that if you are a scaled company with 5, 10 or more cars, it definitely makes sense to have a higher deductible and more options to keep more profit for you. So all that to say, they have an 80-20 option and a 70-30 option that are coming out shortly. Now, if you are in Atlanta, they are already beta testing this in Atlanta. You can take advantage of it if you are in Atlanta on Getaround. If you are in Atlanta in general, I would tell you that Getaround is a great option for that market. Probably, I would venture to say, even stronger than Turo. Let's get into some of the details. You're probably wondering, what are the deductibles associated with the 70-30 and the 80-20? So as of right now, what I'm hearing is that the 70-30 profit share split has a $1,500 deductible and the 80-20 has a $3,000 deductible. Now, that's a little high compared to what Turo offers, but what they are telling me is that it should come down once they kind of go through all the data and figure out exactly how the profit and loss shakes out for them. I can tell you also that we are also in Boston with my fleet. We are testing out the 80-20 profit split starting next month. Based on our calculations, what we're seeing so far is that it's pretty much going to give us about $300 more a month per car. I would say that's a big change for the better. I think that is something that is really going to be a game changer for a lot of hosts. So if you think about it, normally on Getaround, let's say you're making on average per car with a Toyota Camry, $900 to $1,100 a month. That's pretty much what we see up in Boston. That's now going to become $1,200 to $1,500 a month in your pocket after their take, probably more on that $1,500 side during the summer months. That's a pretty significant change. And that's considering that the maintenance system's a lot easier. There's no punitive issue with the rating system or the guests compared to Turo. So I'm very excited to see how this shakes out for Getaround. I think this is really a big step that they need to really become super competitive with Turo. I would even love to see them add in a 90-10 option at some point, just to let us crazy folks go wild. And because I think that would also be something that would really kind of tip the scales more in their favor as well and allow us to take on even more risk and take it on an even higher deductible. So as of right now, like I said, the deductibles aren't quite as competitive as Turo, but from what I'm hearing, that is supposed to have level out eventually. So what I'll say is this, is that if you are in Atlanta, definitely try out the 70-30 or 80-20 option right now. For Atlanta especially, it's the kind of thing where you can take advantage of Drive with Uber, you can take advantage of car share. We're coming into the winter months now, so that's a much better season for Drive with Uber and Uber drivers. And at this point, if you're taking 80% of the cut, this is really an opportunity for you to get that monthly revenue up to $1,400, $1,500 a month, especially in a market like Atlanta where it's really, really popular. I would say also other markets where you should really kind of consider getting into this eventually is DC, Philly, North Jersey, Boston, San Francisco, Los Angeles. These are also very strong Getaround markets. Chicago, probably even Denver in there. I would say those markets as well, that 70-30 or 80-20 option is really going to be a game changer in those markets. So I'm very curious to see how this turns out for everyone. I think this really gives hosts the opportunity to really start making some pretty real money and in a much more passive format than Turo. I'm really interested to see how this shakes out. As always, feel free to email me, talk to me. I'd love to hear what you guys think about all this. Drop some comments, etc. So all that to say, very encouraged to hear this update from them. I do think this is a big step forward for them in terms of making them more competitive in the industry. All that to say, before I go, drop some comments below and don't forget to click below, grab the 5 things you must do before starting a car rental business. I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you.